Okay, my plan was to put my weld-on accessories in this welding table tool holder, but as it turns out, there's not enough room. But I really like this. You can see how it helps keep me real organized. So because I don't have enough room in the tool holder that sits on my welding table where I was going to put my weld-on accessories, I have this scrap metal left over from building my Viking war box that I'm going to use. I'm just going to make it up as I go along and fabricate, put something together to hold my weld-on accessories. So that's the plan anyway. So here's my Viking war box, and this is the weld-on accessory box. Well, half of it. The accessories I keep in here, the tabs and things like that I use from time to time. It's about half full right now. I have more of it, so I'm going to build a box or something to hold all this in so I don't have to keep it in a cardboard box. Something nice. So we'll start with the bottom and the top, the frame, 45-degree angle cuts. Alright, we have our top and bottom cut. 8 pieces total. And now I just have to put these on put them in the vise, get the grinder out, and deburr the edges of this before I can weld it up. The edges of all 8 of them. So there's our top, there's our bottom. It'll be sweet. You'll see. Better move this stuff, huh? When you use the smaller Harbor Freight bandsaw, the 64.5-inch bandsaw, what it does is it leaves a little sharp edge around all the sides. I guess most bandsaws do that, but on this particular one, it leaves a sliver of really sharp metal hanging from the ends of the steel after you cut it. And so you really kind of do have to take a grinder. I'm using a 110 grit grinder here, and I'm just beveling the edges and getting all the hanging metal from right after the bandsaw use. Okay, I deburred all the ends of these, kind of beveled them out, you know, so they'll weld up better. We're just going to weld down the bottom and the top before we pick out the frame. We'll go on the shipping container and pick out the frame. We'll go from there. So you got a little place for the weld to go down in there. So we'll just tack down these one side at a time. I'll tack this down. Then I'll tack the other 90-degree angle. I'm going to keep them welded seam side down. Not that it matters, but that's what I'm going to do. And today we're going to be using the Harbor Freight OmniPro 220 because it has more gas in it than my Miller-Matic. Just dreaming about a bigger shop someday. I think I've reached the age though where that's not happening, so we'll make do like everyone else, right? Gonna try to work on my warped table because the project isn't going to be as big as like the Viking war chest. Try to get some light. I used to have the table out in the middle here because there's more light, but it It wasn't really practical because I didn't have enough room. So I'm going to have to get some light over here eventually. And here I am completely welding the top of the frame and all four corners all the way across and the sides, and then I'll move on to the bottom and do the same thing, making sure that I have real good penetration the whole time. I'm running the Omni Pro 220 at about 16.5 volts. Okay, we have it all welded up. We have great penetration all the way around on both sides. Got the corners welded up. And we're going to leave the inside alone in case we're going to, that's where we're going to probably attach a piece of angle iron, and we don't have to worry about that weld getting in the way there.
I wanna be the best in the game, invest in my name, check no restraints, I'm obsessed with the pain, I ingest, I retain, assess and I change, possessed by the thought I'll be free one day from society's restraints, money, clout and fame, mud, disease, a plague, we all love to hate, have to play the game, have to make a name, all our insecurities are on display. This is war with the enemy, think that it was meant to be, living in a time where disease is on every screen, I won't let them fester me, I know most are festering, negativity is a plague for the mentally weak, no mercy,
Okay, we got really good penetration, solid all the way around. So I'm gonna take it outside in the cold and grind it out, make it as smooth as I can.
If you break like glass, then this life's gonna eat 'em. Make mistakes real fast, then you learn how to beat 'em. If you take off the cast, you can see all the healing. If the pain's in the past, move on from the grave and put your foot on the gas. No, never stop competing, yeah. I've been doing this, I'm on it. I just wanna be iconic. Sipping on a gin and tonic, got me going off when I'm on this topic, yeah. If I ever play, I want it. You know that I'm always honest. Stay away from those who are toxic, keep them out your face, no way, you don't want them, yeah. Don't try to drain my energy, the enemy is everything. It's mentally, unhealthily, spreading like a rare disease. But I won't let it get to me, I don't need your therapy. I can leave a legacy of leading by intensity. Come on, we can fight this, freedom is priceless. Spread just like a virus, living in a crisis. Do you feel courageous? Do you seek greatness? Trust me, you can take it, go on and take your aim, yeah. I was built to last with the webs I'm weaving. I could change the past with all I'm achieving. Got my foot on gas, never stop competing. If you break like glass, then this life's gonna eat 'em. Make mistakes real fast, then
Okay, we have them evenly matched, and we have them grinded out. And there's our top, and there's our bottom. I just need to clean them up a little bit. Came out perfectly even too, which is nice. Okay, so now it's time to change the blade and get fresh water on both cutters. They are worn out. Okay, we got a new blade put on my, actually two new blades, one on each of my Harbor Freight bandsaws. Both of them work fantastic. Now keep in mind, everyone, I'm just an average Joe with an average Joe metal shop or workshop or shop or whatever you want to call it. I don't have a big fabrication table or fancy, real high-end tools. 99% of the tools that I have are Harbor Freight tools. So hence, average Joe, okay? And I'm just trying to show the average Joe with a garage what you can make with average Joe stuff or Harbor Freight stuff. So I just got back from the shipping container, and this is what I could find to match for the corners. Pickings were pretty slim, and they're getting slimmer. I just want to make sure they're the same size, which they are. Okay, so we'll cut these for the corners. This is I don't know, 1/4 inch steel, something like that. One thing I've learned after one of the last builds where I froze my hands from touching that ice cold steel was these ice fishing gloves with they got like the rubber. Not only are they great for gripping, but you can pick up all the ice cold steel you want and it doesn't affect them. Doesn't affect your hands. So that's awesome. Every time I change a blade on one of my bandsaws, I immediately break out my phone and order another one, because it's no fun right in the middle of a project when your bandsaw blade goes bad on you to have to wait 2 or 3 days or longer sometimes to get another blade in. Because if you live in a town like I do, you just can't go down to the store and buy one. Everything is online. And I do mean just about everything, because there's a lot of places just don't keep that stuff in stock around here. Especially anything to do with metal cutting. Harbor Freight, that's it. If Harbor Freight doesn't have it, which for some reason, I never understood that. Harbor Freight does not and has never sold blades for their bigger Chicago machinery bandsaw. So yeah, there's that. Yeah, just the right height. On this project, I'm doing something I normally don't do, but I gotta get in the habit of it. I'm gonna clean up the ends where I'm gonna weld on this angle iron with a flap disc. Get all this mill scale off and stuff. Okay, I got the ends all, I got the mill scale off the ends and beveled them. Beveled both ends of all four corners. And I took some acetone and cleaned up all the rust and gunk from it as well. So we got that done. And now we can weld we can start welding the ends on like that, or at least tack it down for now. That's the plan anyway. So we got our magnet and our carpenter square, and we'll just go around and tack it here and here. Okay, we got our treasure chest tacked down. Now we just need to weld it up. Looks good. Yeah. Now I actually do this more than you might think. I actually do stand on a ladder to reach certain places to weld. It's just more comfortable, and that's just the way I do it. I had to put a little more heat to it. I went from 16.4 to 16.8 volts. And that seems to be better. can see without cleaning them up at all, we have some really good penetration, and it's going to be very structurally sound. So we want to smooth it out though, because we're going to paint it. We'll take it outside with the grinder. All right, we took it outside and we roughed it in, and we got the bulk of the weld marks off. We just need to smooth it out a little more. We need to come in and take these tacks off the inside. That's easy to do. But we have the box framed in. That's going to be a nice metal holder. Why am I building an accessory box so big? Do I really have this many accessories? Not yet. Okay, we got things in somewhat order. And we'll call this part 1 again, because this is pretty exciting stuff. And this is what we do. So, yeah, we'll see you on part 2.